When I was 18, I worked as a drama teacher in a training center for youth animation. The training lasted a full week in residence, and each teacher has a co-responsibility to manage, supported by a small team. And for example, my responsibility to run the lunch service with a team of 6 people. Now, at 18, I was already rather presumptuous and selfish. So instead of staying with my team, I decided to leave them to it while I went to have lunch with my friends. On the first day, I only explained what was expected of them, and I encouraged the most engaged to take the lead in certain tasks. And you know what? My team ended up achieving the best result of the entire program. Not because I was a great leader. On the contrary, I wasn't there. But because they were the only team that became fully autonomous and self-managed. That experience started from my egoism, but it revealed something I have carried with me ever since. When you create the right conditions, teams don't just survive without control. They often outperform. That moment became a cornerstone of what I would later call systemic motivation. Fast forward to your daily reality as a manager. You're often torn between being everywhere and checking everything and still finding there's never enough time. But deep down, you know, your team is capable of much more than what they show. If only they had the autonomy, the trust, and the right context. Too often, management training gives you theory, heavy, abstract, disconnected from what really happens. What you need is something that works in practice, something that helps you create the right environment for motivation and self-organization. That's exactly what the Systemic Motivation at Work certification is about. It's one day to discover, understand, and experience how systemic motivation really works. One day to shift your mindset and live with practical tools you can apply immediately. And one day to learn from collective intelligence, sharing your own experiences with other managers and discovering what works for them. Because if a group of teenagers could run a lunch service better than anyone else simply by being trusted with full autonomy, imagine what your team could achieve when you create the right conditions. Join me for this certification and let's make motivation the engine of your team's success.